cats and kittens, or Jose, Hiroshima, back in the crisis corner, uh, going through the creative process, specifically character design, and specifically the design of monsters. Now, the monster that I'm speaking of is Leviathan, a character I created specifically for this fellow to deal with. Lightning Rod. Yeah, that guy right there. He's a kid. Lightning Rod's a 15-year-old superhero type, school age. The interesting thing about Lightning Rod is that he's fearless. He's fearless to a fault. He he just doesn't. I'm not gonna say he's got screws loose, but he's just fearless to a fault. So I wanted to give him something that would actually terrify him, and that would be the creature monster Leviathan. Now that the approach that I want to take with Leviathan is, as opposed to say the Hulk, okay, terribly destructive creature, powerful creature. But if you think about it, when Dave was it David Banner, Bruce Banner, whatever, when Banner transforms into the Hulk, he's basically a green, bigger version of himself. So ultimately, he's not visually that terrifying. Matter of fact, you clean him up a little bit, he's alright. Even if you go with a creature like Frankenstein, horrible monster, abomination, reanimation of dead skin tissue, stitched together from body parts and all of that stuff. Horrible. But ultimately, if you clean him up, he's not that bad. My point being this: a lot of times in fiction or whatever, monsters are created that are empathetic, and ultimately little children, pretty women, or little kids of whatever gender befriend these monsters, and they feel sorry for them, and they give them milk and cookies and stuff like that. That's not what I wanted with Leviathan. Leviathan was created to be a nightmare. So I wanted to design something that just looked horrible. That even if it brought you roses and told you it loved you, you would run screaming from the room. Hideous, just hideous, is what I was going for. So I got with a frequent collaborator, um, Kanan White. He's a beast. Matter of fact, Kanan, even though I'm from Harlem Hellcats and all that, he's a monster artist. He did this cover for, yeah, he did that cover for Shonen Double Feature. He's a beast anyway. Look him on Facebook, whatever. Ken White's a monster. So I had him design Leviathan, and you take a look at him. The genius of this design is that he's absolutely hideous. I mean, there's nothing specifically that you can't overlook anything on him that where you can say, oh, hey, buddy, let's go get a drink. He got tendrils coming out of his back. He got this mouth with these teeth. I don't even know how that works. It's just hideous. The claws, you wouldn't even try to get near him. He's so fierce looking. But he's got at least 5 eyes that I can count. You know, this is a prehistoric looking, just good, whatever. I can't remember if he was supposed to have a tail. I don't think he did. So basically, my instructions were, I didn't specifically, well, no, I was kind of specific, but I would say things like, just a hideous beast, something that you couldn't love, something that you couldn't, you would never pat on the back, or you would never, you know, you wouldn't bring him home. You'd run from him as quickly as you possibly could. Even if he was your brother, you just take off running. And he really nailed it. I love Leviathan. The tendrils on the back is what got me. That's just, it's like for no reason. I mean, I can't remember if I asked him to put them there, but if I didn't, hey, bravo, that works. And the he looks reptilian to a certain point, but you can't really put your finger on what he is. You just know he's ugly. That's all I'm saying. So the thing that in terms of the creative process, the thing that I like is that with many of the people that I collaborate with, I don't want, I'm specific, but I don't insist on much. I give you general guidelines. I send a bunch of pictures. I send a lot of photos of, but like I might have sent photos of, maybe beasts with claws, or maybe photos of multi-eyed beasts or something like that. But in the end, it's just you take these suggestions and run with it. Especially when you're working with people that you work with frequently, and you build a trust in what they're capable of, and that they can take your vision and just flesh it out and give you results that are, you don't have to go over and say. I mean, this was like a first take. There wasn't multiple, you know, versions that had to go that we had to go through. He sent that back to me. I was like, good, that's it. So that's when you can get that in the creative process, when you work with somebody to the point where they can knock out a concept on the first go, that's gold. That's gold. And Leviathan is definitely that. I mean, he's hideous. So Rod's gonna have to, the backstory to Leviathan. Well, I won't really get into the backstory because it'll take too long, and I want to keep this short. My main thing is the creative process of bringing a concept to life can be arduous, but sometimes it can just be like, bam, that's it. And when you can get that, man, there's nothing like it. We had we had a few, we had quite a few that really went through on the first go, and yeah. But again, this is about irredeemable ugliness, and that's it. Functional in terms of being a battle beast that somebody's gonna have to fight. Scale wise, I think he's pretty big. I think he's meant to be somewhere around over 8 feet tall, I think, and possibly strong. The whole Hulk thing, what I mean? Just insanely strong, way overpowered for Rod. But then again, Rod's not trying to kill him. He's trying to corral him or calm him down or something to that effect. But he's not really. He's got no interest in trying to kill him. It's a friend of his, and he feels bad for him, but at the same time, he's terrified of him. So it's one of them I must, but I'm scared, type deals. So I just wanted to share that little piece of the creative process. Success, an instant success. The not villainous, but the hideous Leviathan, uh, frenemy to Lightning Rod. Hopefully you'll get to see him soon. We're working on it. But again, I just wanted to share that with you. And find you writers out there who don't draw, find you a partner, find you somebody that you can click with, that you can get the kind of results Even if you had to fight for it, even if you got to battle and go over and over and various designs, once you get what you want, once you get your monster, or once you get your whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, it's the feeling of seeing your concept fleshed out successfully. There's nothing like it. So keep drawing, keep writing, stay at it, and hopefully one day you'll get a monster as ugly as this. So until next time, like I say, keep writing, keep trying, keep at it. Talk to you soon. Stay loose.